Hi YouTubers. First I'd like to point out something about a YouTube channel name. He's called Matt. His channel name is Death of a Fat Man. Quite an inspiring chap. He's from America. He is going through quite a hard time at the moment. No, actually, he's going through a very good time with work, but he's part of the weight loss community and psychologically is going through some hard times with wanting to indulge with foods which are not good for him to lose weight. So first of all, Matt, please keep that stiff upper lip. If you was British, you'd have the stiff upper lip, but your last clip kind of touched me and made me want to also make a video today. Okay, so myself, I would like to mention something that has been happening to me in the last few weeks. So, there is a shop which is a food shop, a convenience store, and this shop is owned by a lady who is a pensioner, almost a pensioner, and she's now at the point where she's thinking about retiring. Now she asked myself and my wife if we would be interested in renting the shop, and oh boy, oh joy, do we want to rent this shop. But there's a few complications. If you can just stick with me while I try to explain. The rent for 1 year is $5,000. To stock the shop would cost $3,000. So now we're at $8,000. We can't afford to pay this. So, cutting a long story short, the lady who owns the shop told us she will give us $3,000 to stock the shop and fill it with bread, water, milk, cheese, and everything else that you find in a shop, chocolate for example. So she's going to give us $3,000 out of her own money, and the $5,000 rent, we could pay this to her over 3 months of, okay, so because of where I live, it's a holiday resort, and there is 3 months when tourists come. Those 3 months are the best months of the year for making money. So the problem is, the shop over 3 months receives 10,000 clear profits. From that 10,000 clear profits, we would have to pay the 5,000 and the 3,000, the 5,000 rent and the 3,000 stock back. So which would leave me with 2,000 sheer profit. But to be able to open the shop, I would have to have my accountant charge me per month. I would have to buy a till so that I can give people a receipt. What else? I would have to buy a cigarettes and alcohol license, which is $600. And so these kinds of bills will bring my profits down to 1,000. But I would have to get 1,000 to be able to do all these things. So the problem is, as much as I want the shop, out of these 3 summer months, there is 2 months before and 2 months afterwards. In these months, it's possible to make some kind of profits. Minus water, electricity, having the boiler working for hot water, having the air conditioning working to keep the food at a low temperature. So, as much of a good idea it could sound, I would be working for very little. But the only difference being, it would be my own business. Now the old lady who owns the shop, she doesn't pay rent, so she has a clear 5,000 profit. it would seem that aliens are landing everywhere. So, option number two. Option number two is the same people who own the shop also own a restaurant. They have asked me if I would like to work in the restaurant for the 3 summer months and work as bartender. I wouldn't be dealing with customers or money. I would be only dealing with serving drinks. I've never actually worked as a bartender before, but hey, work is work, and how long can it take to pull a drink? So, I think the most likeliest decision to go with is probably the bartending for the summer. For any of you that know my channel, we have a guest house. A hotel. It's a small house which takes in guests. You call it a bed and breakfast, call it a guest house, guest rooms, hotel, whatever your decision is, accommodation. So my mother-in-law will always run this. She will always continue to be busy running this and taking in the guests, so that isn't a problem. But as far as working in a bar, the profits I would make working in the bar would be the same as what I would earn in the 3 summer months working in the shop using my company. But there's no work in the bar after or before the 3 months. And the potential of earning something before and after the summer months, although very little, would be something. So can you imagine a life of working for 3 months and not working for the rest of the year? This is how we live here. As nice as it can be doing nothing all winter, having money is much better, isn't it? Unfortunately, life is ruled by money. Anyway, that's all for now. Take good care. Bye-bye. So these aliens